Hello, welcome to the first video in the How Astrology Works series. What I've got up here is Stellarium, free downloadable planetarium software for your computer. I'm doing this on November 8th at about 11 o'clock in the morning, so you can see the sun getting close to the meridian, which is the same as the midheaven in an astrology chart. I've got the constellation lines up between the stars with the labels. You can see Leo, Cancer, Gemini. I've got the ecliptic, the red line, and the blue line of the celestial equator. And I've filtered out the sun's light, and I'm going to advance to the first sign of the zodiac. What I want to do today is explain and demonstrate visually the difference between the constellations and the signs of the zodiac. The constellations are unequal sections that cover the whole sky, and the signs of the zodiac are a belt that includes the blue line of the celestial equator and the red line of the ecliptic. And it begins where the red line of the ecliptic crosses above the blue line of the celestial equator. This is Aries, the first sign of the zodiac. You can see Uranus. You don't see a little dot for it because it's so far away. But Uranus is in the middle of the sign Aries all this year, 2014. I'm going to go and put up the equatorial grid now so you can see the 24 equal sections of the sky. You can't see the 0 under the meridian. There's the 1H, 2H, 3H. So Aries goes from the 0 hour to the second hour. And when we are have Aries on the midheaven, that means we are halfway down in our daily revolution on the tilted axis. So we having Aries go across the midheaven, and now Taurus is going to go across the midheaven. And after Taurus, we will have Gemini go across the midheaven. And when we come to the end of Gemini, we'll be at the beginning of the sign Cancer, which is the crab crawling across the bottom of the sea, to remind us that at this point we are at the bottom of our daily revolution, and that is why we see the orbital plane, which is basically what the ecliptic is, highest up in the sky. And now we're going to advance through Cancer, the second cardinal sign, a cardinal water sign. You'll learn more about that in the other places. All right, now we're going through Leo. From 8 hours to 10 hours, we're really moving up, and they give that sign the cat to show that upward motion. You can see Jupiter there toward the end of Leo. Jupiter's in Leo all this year. So no matter what time of day or night it is during this year, when you see Jupiter at the top of the sky, you know we are moving up in our daily revolution on the tilted axis. And now we are going through Virgo on the midheaven, which is another upward symbol, the stalk growing out of the ground. And now where this red line crosses below the blue line, we are going through Libra, the scales. You can see Virgo, the constellation there. And we are halfway up in our daily revolution when we get to the beginning of Libra, excuse me. Now we're going through Scorpio on the midheaven. You can see the sun right there in the middle of Scorpio because it's November 8th. And it's a water sign, and they call it a scorpion to help us remember that it's an upward movement. They show an animal that can crawl up out of the water and live on land. And now we're going through Sagittarius on the midheaven, the archer shooting an arrow up into the sky. So now we're at the top of our daily revolution on the tilted axis, and we are like goats on the top of a mountain, so we see the orbital plane really low in the sky. And we zipped through Capricorn, and now this is about the from 20 to 22 is Aquarius. We're in the middle of the sign of the water bearer, water pouring out of a bucket to show the downward motion. And then the last sign where you see Aquarius is Pisces, the fishes, the last before we get to the halfway point going down. Thank you very much. Our Sky Astrology.